is a coronavirus. So what does corona mean? Corona means a crown. Okay, so we need not fear about corona, but we should know how to fight it out. So corona is also a light where we see in between the sun. It is below the sun where it is, where it's very beautiful ring, which is called as corona. So that emits light. So we can take this corona also in that way and take it in a positive way and try to fight it out, whatever has come and hit us very badly. So COVID, as everybody knows, it is an infectious disease, and it was hitting only older people in the last year, that is in 2020. But now in 2021, with the second wave coming up, it is hitting all the age group, and we are seeing about 65% are the young people, that is below 45, are getting affected. And even the children are getting affected, which is going out of our notice, because by the time the child gets infected and that child goes into a stage where there is a cytokine storm, we are not getting to even know that the child is infected with COVID. So this is the kind of second wave what we are seeing, and it is very it is coming in a very serious way, and it is not at all seen. Like sometimes the children are asymptomatic, not even children, even the young people are asymptomatic because their immunity is strong, but they are acting as the carriers because they have no symptoms. They are roaming out and they are acting as the carriers for others. So when others are infected, they might get into, if whoever has got no immunity, they are getting infected very badly and they are going into a serious stage. So here what we need to know is the droplets are the mode of communication of this disease. But now of late it has been heard that even the air, it is airborne also. So we should be extra careful. So the mask, wearing of the mask is compulsory when you are out in the crowd. So at home, do not use mask. I would suggest this, but government had been telling us to wear mask even at home because it is asymptomatic, and someone who is going out and coming in might have caught COVID and they would infect others. But what happens with the mask is when we wear mask, we are inhaling the same carbon dioxide, whatever we are exhaling, the same thing we are inhaling. So here what happens is our oxygen level of the body goes low. So that is one more reason why we are having more of people where the oxygen levels are getting low this time, because we have been wearing masks from last 1 year. So the body is not able to have oxygen as much as it needs. So this is another reason. So avoid wearing mask when you are alone in the room, or when you are out also. If you are in the office or something, you can remove your mask so that your body has adequate oxygen. Okay, and the symptoms what we are seeing is earlier what you used to see, we used to have the sore throat, and that was a sign that we are heading towards COVID. But now with the second wave, we are not seeing any sore throat or anything. It is coming in the second phase. The first phase, what we are seeing is the extreme severe body pains, and sometimes the eye irritation we are seeing more, eye pain or redness of the eyes. These are the symptoms which we are getting in the earlier phases. The first few days, that is first 2-3 days, we are seeing only these symptoms. So people are thinking that it is not COVID, but any symptom, because the symptoms are not the same as the last wave, the first wave. So any symptom, whether it is a slight cough or you are getting sneezing in the early morning, even this is another symptom which we are seeing, the continuous sneezing in the early morning as soon as the person wakes up, or fever. Fever is very mild this time, with many people getting only low fever rather than the high fever. We are not seeing 102, 103 fever. It is with very few this group of people we are seeing the fever going above 101. With otherwise it is only 99, 99.8 or 100. So So with this low fever, again, people are thinking that it is not COVID. So any symptom now, as of now, please take it as COVID only. And 94% of the people do not need hospitalization at all. So 94% of people can get cured at home itself, and you can avoid getting into complications. So as soon as you get any cough or any symptom like pain in the eyes or redness of the eyes, fever, then body pains or itchiness in the eyes, loss of taste. Loss of taste is after 3 days, you are saying loss of taste and loss of smell. That is also not in everybody, but very few people, percentage of people, we are seeing this. And rashes on the skin. This is another symptom which we were getting in the first wave, also in the last stages. That is when we are coming to the end of the first wave. It was in August and September, we were seeing rashes on the skin or discoloration on the toes. That was very low percentage, like 0.5% only had seen this type of symptoms, which now we are seeing in most of the cases in the second wave. And difficulty in breathing and chest pain, that is chest pain is that you feel the pressure on the chest. That is also a symptom of COVID. So if you find this in the first 2 days, it is, take it as COVID only and go according to that. As soon as these symptoms start, the first thing you have to start is the vitamin C, and all vitamin C fruits juices you have to start having. And I would say first 3 days, it is better you go on a liquid diet so that the toxins comes out of your body and it gets flushed out. Once it gets flushed out, you will have no other symptom coming up. Only symptom you will find is the loss of taste and loss of smell on the 4th or 5th day. And you will get back these two symptoms on the 7th or 8th day. And by 10th day, you are all fine. So this 94% of the people doesn't need any of the hospitalization, or you don't need any bed, so that the 6% whoever has got comorbidities, like if they are suffering from cancer or high blood pressure or diabetes, they need the they need the bed, or they need the oxygen support. So those people will have the beds vacant. Now what is happening is everybody with the panic, they are running to the hospital and occupying the beds, and the 6% who really needs the bed are suffering without the bed and they are dying. And when you are tested positive, what happens is till then you have no symptom, you will have only the cold cough or the fever, light fever. But when you have tested positive, what is happening is the panic button is on, and you start getting scared as what would happen later. This will cause breathlessness. When you start getting panic, what happens is the body immunity also goes low and you start getting breathless. That is when the oxygen level also goes down and you start getting all the symptoms. Once you start getting breathlessness, you feel that you are not able to breathe and you have to run for the oxygen. That is what I see in maximum of the people. It is not because the body is not having the oxygen, it is only because of the panic. They are getting breathless and they are asking for the oxygen. So here we can avoid this when you have no fear of the disease. So when you have only these symptoms, please go on only vitamin C 2 times a day and Zincovit. As soon as you start this 5th day, you are all fine. Then you can start eating from the 3rd day. The light food or the ones, and I have seen many patients asking, can we have non-veg, because we are told that we have to have good immunity. So let us, can we have non-vegetarian? No, I would say no. Please do not stress your liver so that you do not have any digestive symptoms like loose motions or vomiting. Once you start that, you start getting more stressed on the system, and definitely again breathlessness will be another symptom added to it. Okay, how you can avoid this? It is purely uh, following the hygiene protocol. Whatever we were following in the last generations, we never used to as soon as we come home, we used to wash our legs, hands, and then only come to the table, dining table, or to the hall. So same thing we have to follow it now. So wash your hands and only then touch anything. And even if you are out, see that you do not handle anything. And whenever you are handling something, go and wash your hands and cough on a tissue. Do not stop using handkerchiefs. Cough on a tissue and just dispose it off immediately so that you don't carry it with you. And don't share your things with anybody. So these things, again, we have to bring it back, our culture. We have to bring that back so that you can avoid getting COVID into your homes. Okay, prevention is again wearing the mask and safe distance, and don't touch your eyes and nose when you're out. And the most important is getting vaccinated. When you get vaccinated, what happens? Herd immunity is formed. Herd immunity can be formed only through two methods. Either everybody should get infected and come out of the disease safely, or you get vaccinated and then we will have a herd immunity. That is how these are the two methods where we can have herd immunity. Herd immunity is nothing but more people are infected, so they will not get it back, right? This is viral disease. So once virus attacks us, you have no chances of getting it back. Very, very meager chances. That too we are seeing only with COVID. So one last year who were affected, they have been affected again this time. Actually, we should not see that. But the antibodies of COVID has been seen for many people. Maximum we are seeing it only for 3 months to 4 months, which is a sad part. Otherwise, usually viral diseases, when they attack us, we will have antibodies for at least another 7 to 8 years, which we are not seeing it with COVID. We are not observing that. I have seen very few patients having COVID antibodies even after a year. Those are very small percentage. I don't think many people have the antibodies. We have seen only for 3 to 4 months. 90 days is what we have seen. So that is the reason people are getting infected again. And here diet plays a vital role again. Consume more of fruits and more of vegetables rather than having your rice and rotis. So this will help you in having your immunity strong. So immunity gets stronger when you have these more rather than the rice and uh, this rotis. And when you are having COVID, when you are tested positive, see that you don't eat anything with phlegm. The phlegm forming foods, it's better to avoid, like milk, rice. That's why 3 days I ask you to be on the liquid diet where the phlegm forming foods will not enter your body and you will have less chances of the fluid collection in your lungs. Okay, what happens is this anything, any cough or cold affects your lungs. The same way COVID also affects your lungs. How influenza affects your lungs, in the same way this also affects your lungs. And when you take HRCT scan, what happens is uh, it gives you a ground glass opacity. So once ground glass opacity is there, it is doesn't mean that it is COVID only. It can be due to some other diseases also. But again, it what you feel is it is COVID-19, and you get again scared of that. You when you go similarly when you go for D dimer test or C reactive protein test, all this will increase even when you have any other inflammation. Inflammation is the swelling of any organ, or if you have any infection, D dimer and C reactive protein will be higher at higher level. That doesn't mean that you are COVID positive only. But now COVID being pandemic, let us take every symptom as COVID and then go ahead. And there's nothing to fear about. That is what I'm trying to stress here. There's nothing to fear about. I haven't seen from last year, I have been curing patients, and none of my patients have gone to the hospital. It's very, very less. I think it must be about 0.1% who have gone to the level of getting oxygen or ventilator, and but they have come back safe, touch wood. They have not gone into complications, much of complication. It's only because I have not used any medicine. I have not used anything except Dolo 650 when the fever goes above 101. or 101 and above. Otherwise, I have not used any other medicine except Dolo 650, vitamin C, and Zincovit and vitamin D3 once a week. Except these medicines, I have not used any medicine for this. So everybody can get cured with only these medicines. So please be careful. And any problem, do not get scared, but be in touch with the doctor so that the doctors will advise you when you have to take what medicine and when should you need the hospitalization. So be in touch with doctor, but do not get scared about it. Now I think we can have a interactive session where you can ask me questions and I can clear about that, because most of the things everybody knows, but the only thing is you do not have proper awareness on the things happening around.
Yeah, madam, most of them ఏమవుతుందంటే నాకు ఇవాళ ఒక 3-4 ఫోన్ కాల్స్ వచ్చాయి. మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ దమ్ ఏంటంటే భయానికి చచ్చిపోతున్నారు. భయం ఎక్కువైపోయి భయపడుతూ ఏమైపోతామో తెలియక అలాంటి వాళ్ళకి మనం ఎలాగా వాట్ పాజిటివ్ వైబ్స్ we can give them?
Yeah, one thing is we have to say that COVID is not life-taking disease, which has to be put into the public. Maybe we can make some posters or something and say that it is not life-taking disease. It is very easy to get cured. So that is one thing we can do, because most of them are getting scared. It's only because of the panic they are getting heart failures, or they are getting those breathlessness and all. It is only because of the panic.
ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ వేవ్ కి సెకండ్ వేవ్ కి మనకి చాలా డిఫరెన్స్ కనిపిస్తుంది. ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఫస్ట్ వేవ్ లో స్టూడెంట్స్ కానీ ఇలాంటి వాళ్ళకి ఎఫెక్ట్ అవ్వట్లేదు. బట్ ఈ మధ్య మనం చూస్తే 20 years, 25 years, 30 years మన ఎవరో చెప్తున్నారు, ఐ డోంట్ నో హౌ ఫార్ ఇట్స్ టు కిడ్స్ కూడా దే ఆర్ ఎఫెక్టెడ్ అని. వాట్ ఇస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్? నో, వాట్ ఇస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద ఫస్ట్ వేవ్ సెకండ్ వేవ్? ఏంటి మనం చూస్తున్నాం?
See, when you go back to the history, when we had Spanish flu, we saw the second wave was much more severe than the first wave. That is the history what we are having. Usually second wave is more severe. And what happened this time was we were all outside. That time when the COVID wave, first wave started, the lockdown was there and everybody were inside, especially the younger people. They were inside. Only when the people who were affected were the people who were above 60 last time. We didn't even have 45-50-year-old. We never saw. We saw very few people in the range where 40 to 50 years also we saw very less percentage. But above 60 only were infected, because above 60 already they will have pneumonia-like symptoms. Okay, above 60, usually the people, old age people will be affected with pneumonia-like symptoms, and so COVID infected them along with the pneumonia-like symptoms. We do not even know if that was COVID also, because RT-PCR tests are only 60 to 65% correct. We cannot believe RT-PCR tests. And again, when you go for HRCT scan also, especially in 60 years and above, you will see those pneumonia-like symptoms in them. Okay, so again there, any inflammation of the lungs, it is going to show that opaque ground glass opacity. So that was the reason only they were infected. Now in the second wave, we were all in the crowd only. Right, everybody were in the crowd. And one more is the vaccination which was done, and the people who were vaccinated were acting as a carriers also. So they had the virus, right? If they were not wearing masks, so they were infecting others. Nothing would happen to them, but they were acting as a carriers. So it infected everybody, and the colleges were open, schools were open. So obviously everybody got infected, because it is a pandemic and it is highly infectious disease. Not only this, even influenza, flu is also an infectious disease. So this is also the same way. Any viral will get infected very fast. So that is why the second wave was much severe.
We have a question from Simadri. Simadri, please unmute yourself and ask a question.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my doubt is that, like, what type of vegetables or like what do you say, like what type of fruits can we take up a COVID patient?
See, anything to ward off infections from our body. Vitamin C is the one which is not produced in our body. Okay, other vitamins are produced in our body and we get it adequate if you are healthy. But vitamin C is something which you need to consume every day. Okay, there is a certain percentage like 0.8 milligram has to be consumed every day. So that has to go, that is the only vitamin which can ward off infections. So I would say vitamin C, fruits and vegetables. Vegetables like capsicum has vitamin C. Okay, cauliflower has vitamin C. So these type of vegetables you can take, and any fruits has a little quantity of vitamin C, but the citrus fruits has more of vitamin C. So these fruits and vegetables you can consume.
And ma'am, if a
Madam,
COVID patient, like if any person is there who's suffering with COVID and there's a requirement for a plasma or something, blood plasma, like can you go for an injection of remdesivir?
No, plasma and remdesivir is different. See, there's like it is not that remdesivir is a life-saving drug. It is not a
Exactly.
life-saving injection at all. It is just, we do not have any correct line of treatment for COVID. To be very frank, we have no medicine until now because it is still under trial and error method only. So remdesivir is given only to see that they don't get into complications. Okay, so remdesivir has to be given when the patient is in moderate phase. It won't work when the patient enters into a critical phase. In the same way, plasma, remdesivir, when it is not acting on the body, no, every individual will not act for remdesivir. So if that doesn't work, then they go in for the plasma. And plasma also should be given before the patient enters into the ventilator mode. If the patient is already on the ventilator, definitely the plasma is not going to do any good. Rather, it is going to harm the patient. Patient will not be able to bear.
Okay, last question for you. Like, so although we take the first booster, should we still be in isolation?
Isolation, see, after vaccination, because you are a carrier that time, I would say you be in isolation or you wear mask when you are going into the public so that you do not infect others.
Okay.
Okay, so always wear mask. Usually what I see is when people get vaccinated, they feel they are all okay. The government has been telling that we have to wear mask, but still people do not follow it, and they are acting as a carrier. So now I would like to bring this into awareness so that people understand they are causing harm to others. They are safe, but they are harming others. So better to stay at home for at least 4-5 days till that infection phase is gone, or else wear mask when you go into the crowd.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, Sheetalji, I have another doubt. This doubt may be very funny or silly, but the thing is, what I'm saying in the public is, I can explain you better in Telugu. మందుల షాప్ లో చాలా క్రౌడ్ ఉంటుంది. ఆల్ ద మెడికల్ షాప్ సర్కిల్. మందుల షాప్ లో ఎంత క్రౌడెడ్ గా ఉందో మందు షాపులు కూడా అంతే క్రౌడెడ్ గా ఉన్నాయి. అండ్ పీపుల్ ఫీల్ దట్ ఇంటర్నల్ శానిటైజేషన్ మే save them from corona. This question, many people will have the same question, but they may feel shy or something to ask you. Please clarify this. What is the role of alcohol played in this situation?
Okay. See, I saw one article where it showed that Dhumrapana, whoever smokes, they are away from getting COVID. Okay, I saw this article just 2 days back in a Telugu paper. I don't know who writes all such articles. They are really brainy people who is circulating such things, and they are inviting people to get into smoking or alcoholism. See, it is not that the alcoholics or the alcohol is saving them from COVID. I'll tell you one thing. What is the behavior of an alcoholic? Alcoholics are usually bindas type, right? Usually
Yes.
the people who drinks, they are bindas type. They will not care for anything, right? They are always happy-go-lucky. They will eat, drink, and they will be always happy. So that is the reason they don't
Yeah.
catch anything. Because as long as you are happy, as long you are entertaining yourself, you will not invite any virus into your body. Got it? Only when you are scared or you are always gloomy and you are not at all happy with your life, that is when your immunity goes down. So it is not that alcohol which is helping them to be away from COVID. It is their attitude towards life which is helping them not getting that disease, and not the smoking or the alcohol. Okay.
Yeah. Because they feel all sanitizer has some alcohol, and alcohol is going inside and sanitizing their body. So which is not true.
Yeah.
And we have a question from RK. RK sir, please go ahead with the question.
Hi, good evening all.
RK sir, go
Sorry,
ahead
I'm
with
not
your
able
question.
to.
Next, Akhil, get ready.
Sorry, I'm not able to switch on the video. Signal is very low.
Okay.
I want to tell 2 points. One for Jeevan sir. Like above 65 years are senior people. Now most of them are like vaccinated. So they are having some immunity from the disease. Other thing is most of them who already infected, they got some antibodies also. That is the one reason why old people are not getting affected more now. And second one, for somebody asked what vegetables we should take. We should take amla, which is very good in vitamin C, and also lemon, that we can add for we can add pieces of amla, ginger, these all into every dish we cook. And alcohol effect, what it will do is, as madam said, it will take out the fear factor, so they don't be bothering about virus, so they won't have any panic attack or panic symptoms like breathlessness or discomfort in the chest. So that is somewhat saving. But if we drink a lot of alcohol, then it will have adverse effect. If something wrong is happening also, we'll never know it. And my question to madam is, like everybody now feeling about this oxygen levels and all, and especially patients who are into this COVID isolation wards or hospitals, they don't have anybody to tell them anything because they don't have any communication. Others cannot go to them and talk to them. And most of the places, all isolation wards, they don't have any oxygen facilities. So what they can do to increase oxygen levels, like what exercises they can do, or what position they can sleep to increase oxygen level, so that they will feel comfortable, they will feel fearless, and also they will get cured quickly. So can you tell me this, ma'am? Thank you.
Yeah. Mm. That's a good question. I think I missed this out. Increasing oxygen levels are very easy. The moment you are tested COVID positive, it is better you start lying down in the prone position, that is on the chest. And if your oxygen is going down, the simple exercise, this we have tried already at Beamly, where my volunteers are working there and they have been doing this. I have asked them to get the patients do this exercise, and they have successfully done it. Ask them to lie on the chest and put a pillow below the chest and one pillow below below their legs, and ask them to breathe in and breathe out, deep breathing and deep exhalation. So when they do this, the oximeter levels, you can keep the oximeter on the fingers and see that it goes till 96, 97. Then you can ask them to just lie down in the prone position itself. This has been helping a lot. And this is, it is only a problem when the people who are asthmatic or the old age people where they are not able to breathe properly. Otherwise, other age groups, they are able to do it, and we are able to increase the oxygen level. And along with that, I am using even homeopathy medicine also for increasing the oxygen levels. And that is really working well. We have started at using in Beamly. Bhimli region, where they have no transport also. They are not getting any ambulance or any cars which can bring the patients till the city. So we have started this from past 2 days, and we have been able to save many patients using this technique and the medicine. Symptoms in second wave is it has got no proper line of symptoms coming in, because few people are saying we are we do not have cold at all, we do not have sore throat at all, but we have been seeing fever from past 2 days, and that too it is only 99.8 to 100, and it is not even going above 100. These symptoms also we are seeing, and they feel that it is not COVID, but that turns out to be COVID. So sometimes people are getting only headaches, very severe headaches they are getting. Again, it is a COVID symptom. Otherwise, it is eye pain, pain in the eyes, redness in the eyes, or irritation of the eyes is also a COVID symptom. Otherwise, severe back pain, lower back pain, that is also a COVID symptom. And another symptom they are saying is dry cough, which was there even in the first wave. Here also they are saying it only after 2-3 days. That is also a symptom of second wave. So we are not having a definite symptoms which is leading us. We can say that this is definitely a COVID.
Yes. Next question, Madhav Satyasai, you have a question. Are you there?
Good evening,
Madhav Satyasai.
Good evening.
మ్యామ్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు హెడేక్ అండ్ కళ్ళు బాగా మంటలుగా వస్తున్నాయి, అంటే హెడేక్ బాగా సివియర్ గా ఉంది, అండ్ ప్లస్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ హోమ్ హెవీగా చేస్తున్నారు అనమాట. అంటే వాళ్ళకి ఏమైనా ప్రికాషన్స్ లాంటివి ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయా?
బెస్ట్ ప్రికాషన్ ఇస్ స్టార్ట్ టేకింగ్ విటమిన్ సి ఫ్రూట్స్. అది తీసుకుంటే మీకు వైరల్ ఇన్ఫెక్షన్స్, ఏ వైరల్ ఇన్ఫెక్షన్ అయినా సోకదు. ఓకే, ద బెస్ట్ థింగ్ ఇస్ దట్. ఇది సమ్మర్ కూడా కాబట్టి హ్యావ్ మోర్ ఆఫ్ లెమన్ జ్యూస్, ద స్వీట్ లైమ్ జ్యూస్, దట్ ఇస్ మోసంబి జ్యూస్, అంటే బత్తాయి జ్యూస్ అది, అండ్ పైనాపిల్ జ్యూస్. Pineapple is one fruit which is a boon for COVID patients. I'm telling you, please spread this word. As soon as they are tested COVID positive, ask them to take pineapple. We are getting it adequately in the market. I see it. We are lucky to have that fruit in the market even now. So that fruit has got a chemical compound which is bromelain. This is seen in remdesivir. Okay, even remdesivir and tocilizumab is the one which has bromelain, and this fruit has bromelain. So this will stop you getting into the cytokine storm, which affects your lungs. So this is a very good fruit, and please start having that juice, and please spread it as much as possible to all the COVID patients. They will be all right on the 5th day to 7th day. That is for sure.
మ్యామ్ ఇది అంటే సివియర్ గా తీసుకోవచ్చా, అంటే నార్మల్ గా?
సివియర్ గా అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఏదైనా మనం ఎక్కువ తీసుకుంటే అది పాయిజన్ గానే ఉంటది. ఏదైనా ఒక లిమిట్ ఉంటుంది కదా. సో ఇది పైనాపిల్ జ్యూస్ తీసుకోమంటే అంటే యూ కెన్ హ్యావ్ ఇట్ 2 or 3 glasses per day. కానీ రోజు తీసుకోవాలి.
Next, Adnan, you can go.
Ma'am, my question is very related. What is the connection of spike protein with COVID? Many of time they use the word, doctor use the word spike protein. There was attack on the spike protein and the person is collapsed. What's the role and what's the connection of spike protein and COVID?
See, it is not only with something to do with the COVID only. Any inflammation in the body or any infection in the body, inflammation or infection in the body will give rise to spike protein. It will affect that protein. So anything will give that. Even influenza will show you that.
And what is the remedy? Like persistent cold and cough is a sign of COVID?
Yes. Persistent cough, because
actually like the doctor says as a normal infection, but
see,
so it's better to go for a RT-PCR test, or in this case is HRCT scan is the best?
See, the cough, usually this COVID virus is entering through our nose or through our eyes. So it gets collected in behind our sinuses. That is where it stays for the first 2-3 days. So definitely when it gets into the throat, that is the time when you start getting itchy thing and you start coughing. That is where the dry cough starts, and only then it gets inside our body. So only then when you get cough, there is no point in going for any RT-PCR test or anything. That is the reason we say you go after you start with the symptoms and it is almost third or fourth day. You have to go between the third to fifth day. Only then you will get positive. And RT-PCR test, I told you, it is not a diagnostic tool for COVID. Okay, it is not at all a diagnostics tool. It is just a research tool. The RT-PCR box itself has the booklet stating that it is not a diagnostics tool for anything. It is just a research tool. So every time you test with a RT-PCR, there can be a false positive, there can be a false negative also. So next time you go, it might show positive. Your negative report can show positive, or maybe the same day if you go after a few hours or even after 1 hour, it might show negative. Your positive might show negative, your negative might show positive. It has happened with many patients. But when you're having the symptoms, please take it as COVID only. Don't wait for it and don't panic for it, because this will go away in 10 days. Within 10 days, just taking vitamin C and zinc COVID, you will be completely cured. So that is the reason I'm telling, do not get panicked or do not get scared. This will just go away as it has come.
Thank you. Ubaid can ask next question. Ubaid.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Obed.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Actually, my question was, my mother, her age is 64, and she is a diabetic patient. And recently, her creatinine has checked the creatinine percentage as well, and it is something around 1.8. 3 years back, she had a kidney operation.
Okay.
Kidney stone. So my question is that, is it safe to give a vaccine now, ma'am?
How is the diabetic? Is she on insulin or just a tablet?
Just the tablets. Glucophot tablet is what she's
Okay.
using.
Okay.
Which
And
is
from how
suggested
many
by a
years she is
doctor.
diabetic?
Almost more than 15 years, ma'am. 15 plus.
Okay. She had only kidney stones, right?
Correct. In the year 2017.
I would say if she is not on insulin or anything, she can go for vaccination. But if I would say if she is only at home and she doesn't move out, then you can just avoid vaccination also, because she had stones in the kidney. So if
Yes.
the kidney is all fine and if it is working good, then fine. Otherwise, there might be side effects.
Got it. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I had a doubt regarding RT-PCR test.
Yeah, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Actually, someone already asked about it of RT-PCR test. Recently, like my sister got positive. So, and next time, like this time, before a week, she was suffering with a mild fever and also like mild body pains and all. I was just asking that sometimes like RT-PCR test may show the false statements also, because there were COVID symptoms like to my sister, but it was showing negative when we went. So I was just asking that do RT-PCR show the false statements?
Yes, RT-PCR is not a diagnostics tool, Shruti. It is not a tool for detecting COVID. Okay, so it can give negative results also. It is just a research tool. It is not a diagnostic tool. So we do not have any tool for detecting COVID.
Ma'am,
Okay, so it can
like
show
when we
negative.
get negative, yeah, like when we go for a COVID test by having some symptoms and we get negative, then if we get some important works and all, and it's like important to move out from home, then shall we move from out for the important purposes, ma'am?
No, no. That is why actually Delhi High Court also gave a statement on this, saying that the Delhi hospitals were not accepting people who are getting negative, but they saw that they are having COVID symptoms and they were just roaming out. So Delhi High Court came up saying that they have to admit the patient, or the patient has to go into isolation as soon as they see any symptoms of COVID. So symptoms of COVID is same as the flu. So you get either cough, cold, fever, or anything, even the headache, you have to get into isolation. That is the best thing you can do, because you cannot depend on RT-PCR.
Akash, go ahead.
Okay. Akash,
Yeah,
are you ready with your question?
The first question is, will COVID be present in ambient air now? Like, can it pass through ambient air?
Yes, it can. The virus, any virus, it's not only COVID.
Okay, like the second question is, how can we protect ours? Mainly, many people are getting positive and they are staying in their home. Like, COVID has a chance of spreading through the windows and other stuff. Is there any material, like any filters for protecting our homes?
Only thing is you can sanitize your home, and the best sanitizer is the camphor what you use for puja. That is used for sanitizing your home only. Okay, the old age people, the older generation people used to have camphor lit, so it was on a scientific base only. The camphor can sanitize your home. Okay, or that sambrani what we use, that is also for sanitizing the home only. So you can use that.
Yeah, ma'am. The third question is similar to a technical question. Like we all know that ambient air contains nitrogen and oxygen. Like we know the situation of our India. Like many people are not getting oxygen generators. So, like, is there any material that can absorb the nitrogen and produce a pure oxygen?
Okay, I think for this you only should give us the answer, because youngsters like you should get into the research and check if anything can be done in that way. So please
actually
have a mentor, and you can go in for this research, which is a very good one. I think if it can be separated, there's nothing like that.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, I'm doing some research on this since last 2 weeks, ma'am, and I got around 5 to 6 methods, but I'm stuck at some part, and I'm doing some research. And once that is done, I'll definitely do it, ma'am.
That's good. Do you have a mentor for that? Have you searched for a mentor?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, I have. I'm actually using my university professors as mentors.
Great.
Because the whole project consists of different subjects. Like we use chemistry and thermodynamics. So I'm searching for that.
Very good. Congratulations for getting to this part, and all the very best for the future. So let's have you as a young scientist here.
సూపర్ బాస్. అండ్ మనందరికి ఇంకొక కొత్త విషయం తెలిసింది ఏంటంటే సాంబ్రాని కూడా శానిటైజర్ కింద వాడచ్చు అనేది. సో వి ఆల్ కెన్ ప్రమోట్ దట్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ వెంకట్ మురళి సార్, ప్లీజ్ రైజ్. మీది అయిపోయిందా ఆకాష్?
Yes sir, completed.
Ma'am, what is that homeopathic medicine and what is the dosage we should use for the oxygen levels?
It is Aspidoderma. It is Aspidoderma. It is called. We use in the mother tincture form, but only thing is we have to be careful is the dosage depends on the level of oxygen level. You know what they are showing. Like if they are showing in between 90, from 90 to 94, the dosage is different. If it is below 90, the dosage is different. So it's better if that patient is there, and if you have that this handy, if you can call me, I will tell you what dosage you can give them and in what intervals.
Thank you, ma'am. Also, can you give some guidance about like closed rooms? Many people are now into air conditioned rooms closing full time, which will reduce oxygen levels inside. Like, can you stress something about like open ventilation?
Yes.
That is very important for people staying full time in inside homes.
Actually, ACs are not allowed only. It was said in the last wave itself that please avoid ACs. Because what happens is AC, if there is a air conditioned room and if there is someone who is infected with COVID, the COVID virus settles inside the that air conditioner. So that will leave there for a long time. So it's better we avoid ACs. ACs are not at all advisable at all in this pandemic. So better to avoid ACs during this time, and there should be lot of sunlight coming into your home, which is vitamin D3. Vitamin D3, I suggest only for the people who has no sunlight coming inside the houses, because most of them stay in apartments and few apartments doesn't have sun coming in. So there you need to give the vitamin D3. If the sunlight is coming inside the home, there's no need of having vitamin D3 at all. Okay, so you should have well ventilated and well lit house. If it is not there, please keep your windows open for the fresh air to come, which is really difficult. I can't say this, but somehow otherwise we have to walk at least on the terrace for some time so that we breathe in fresh air. And we being in more in masks nowadays, when you are going out, now it is not a lockdown, so we are always with the masks when you are going out. So better to walk in the fresh air for some time, either on your terrace or somewhere, because even parks you have to wear masks. There's no point in walking with the masks. You're not going to get fresh air at all. You're not going to breathe in oxygen. Rather, you're breathing your own carbon dioxide. So I would not advise walking on the road, on the beach, or in the parks with the mask. So better to walk on your terrace.
Yeah, next, Madhav has some question. Madhav, please go ahead.
మ్యామ్ ఆస్తమా ఉన్న వాళ్ళు వ్యాక్సినేషన్ వేయించుకోవచ్చా? అంటే వాళ్ళకి ఎలాంటి
లేదు వ్యాక్సినేషన్ వేయించుకోకూడదు. వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వరు కూడా అమ్మా. When you go and say that you are asthmatic, they will not give you vaccination.
ఓకే మ్యామ్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మా గ్రాండ్ మదర్ ఇన్సులిన్ వేయించుకుంటున్నారు, డయాబెటిక్. రీసెంట్ గా స్టార్ట్ చేశారు ఇన్సులిన్. అంటే వాళ్ళు వ్యాక్సిన్ వేయించుకోవచ్చా?
వద్దు అంటానే అంటాను నేను.
అంటే ఏమైనా ఎఫెక్ట్స్ ఏమైనా చూపెడతాయా?
చూపించవచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు డయాబెటిక్స్ అంటేనే వాళ్ళకి ఇమ్యూనిటీ తక్కువే ఉంటుంది. సో ఇప్పుడు వ్యాక్సిన్ వేసిన తర్వాత బై ఛాన్స్ అది రివర్స్ గా కొట్టింది అంటే ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ దెమ్ ఇంటూ కాంప్లికేషన్స్ ఆల్సో. అందుకే వద్దు అంటాం. ఆ తట్టుకున్న శక్తి కూడా ఉండాలి కదా. వ్యాక్సినేషన్ అంటే ఏంటి? ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్సర్టింగ్ ద వైరస్ ఇంటూ యువర్ బాడీ.
ఓకే.
అందుకే
now we'll have the last question for the session. Sir Venkat Murli sir, please post your question. We are waiting for your question since 5 minutes. Murli sir, please go ahead. And this will be the last question. You're audible. Go ahead.
Ma'am, in fact, in the recent times, like I lost my father-in-law as well as brother-in-law owing to COVID. Yes, and so I need to attend them. So I had all sorts of precautions, like I have to take all the PPE kit and everything. But still, do I need to go for any test?
So you need not go in for the test. What you can do is for the next 15 days, please have more of vitamin C fruits. And I would suggest you to take vitamin C tablets, chewable tablets every day 2 times for a week.
Chewable tablets. Okay, fine, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Can you name it, ma'am?
Yeah, Limsi. I will send you the. Send it to you on WhatsApp, sir.
Only be safe. Stay home. Stay safe.
Simadri, last question, Simadri.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Actually, Radha's grandmother is there, ma'am. She is having little bit of diabetic, not like she's not a serious diabetic patient. She has BP and thyroid as well. Can she go for vaccination?
Thyroid, usually they are not giving. If you are, it depends on the TSH levels. If the TSH levels are too high, then they are not vaccinating. So I would also say no. If the TSH, it depends on the TSH level. If you can,
yeah, that too she's like 75 plus as well.
Then I think 75 plus, and with all these comorbidities, like if they are having high level of TSH levels, then no. If it is just on the borderline or something, they can definitely go in for vaccination.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jivan sir.
Yeah, before closing the session, I request everybody to kindly turn on your camera. We want to take a photograph with a smile on your face, please.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
the
you
wonderful
so
session.
much.
And before closing, everybody, as you all aware that we have started a new group to start to fight against this COVID, and we are all working on it. We'll brief you later in the later stage, and we'll have one session every week. And if anyone wants to sincerely be a part of our COVID army, kindly let us know. And we doesn't need any silent spectators. We want people who really want to work with us. So thank you so much. This is all about the session. Thank you, Sheetal ma'am, for your wonderful session.
Thank you.
And the participants are really very awesome. You made the session very interactive.
Thank you, sir.
So signing off. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jivan Garu. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.